Hello guys, it's a warm... do that a bit better. Hello guys, it's a warm welcome back to the channel. This is Alpha Omega Daily. Before I get into this video, I just want to thank all of you for subscribing, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. I bring you daily, well, not daily updates as much as I can, but it's basically, the channel's about life in Thailand as an expat. I give you information based on my experience, not based on statistics, just my experience. Today we're talking about what you need to do if you want to live in Thailand full time. If you're interested, stay tuned. I'm in a rural setting today. Normally we're based in Bangkok, but we're not too far away from Bangkok at the moment. We're an hour and a half's drive away in a place called Klong Lawang Pontutani. That's not relevant to the video in any way, shape or form, but what is relevant to the video is what I'm doing now. And what I'm doing now is recording a video for YouTube. And why is this relevant to the topic of this video? If you want to live in Thailand full time, this is what you need to do, or this is what you need to do if you want to live in Thailand full time. I'll tell you why it's relevant. It's a hobby. Yeah, a hobby. Most of you watching this, well, I don't know if it's most of you, but a lot of you watching this may not be living in Thailand at the moment, or may have aspirations to retiring in Thailand. And one of the most important aspects of, say, retirement, as you all know, is to have something to do in your retirement. And that is completely the same here. When I came here, I didn't really know what I wanted to do or how I was going to affect my time here, or in other words, being able to stay here full time. I wasn't of retirement age when I came here. I'm still not of retirement age yet, but as far as visas are concerned, I am. You can get a retirement visa at the age of 50, or you can apply for it, and there's various criteria that needs to be met before you can be granted that visa. Not that I'm going to go into that now, but you can check all that on Google anyway. But let's say you secure your retirement visa, and even if you're not retired, even if you're working here as a school teacher or whatever it may be, you're going to have free time. And what are you going to do in that free time? In the case of the retirement visa, you're going to have a lot of free time. Now you might think to yourself, you go down to Pattaya or one of the islands or Phuket or whatever it may be, and you live the life of Riley. You have your apartment rented or bought, whatever the case may be, and you can wake up every morning at a leisurely time, about 10 o'clock, 10:30, stroll down to the beachfront to have your breakfast, buy a European newspaper from whoever sells some bar that might do that. They're few and far between. I know you can get European newspapers in Pattaya, and I presume in Phuket, but not where I live. Anyway, but you're sitting there reading your newspaper, drinking your coffee, having your European breakfast, and that sounds ideal. But what are you going to do with the rest of the day? You might go for a swim, you might go to the gym, and then evening time comes around, and what do? You go down to the bar and you have a few beers and see what happens, and you know yourself. But there's only a certain amount of that you can do. It's just the God's honest truth. You get fed up with anything. There's a motorcycle coming, and I'm going to have to judge whether or not is he going to pull in, or is he going to come this way? I think he's coming this way. You see, by the way, a side note, rules of the road here, pedestrians are always second-class citizens. Hang on, get out of his way. Sweaty crab. There you go, side saddle. There you go. That's just another, well, I made a video about that. Huh? Huh? Ah, fuck it. Anyway, back to the video. So what are you going to do? You know, I have a friend who lives in Pattaya, and they more or less told me the same scenario. What they do is they keep themselves busy. They bought themselves a bicycle and they go cycling and spend a lot of time in the gym and discipline themselves in terms of going drinking, because that's the slippery slope. And you might think you get to your age of 50 or 55 or 60 or whatever, and you've never had a problem with that. You can easily develop a problem with that if you're consistently going to the bar, you see, and it's so easy to do it, because what else are you going to do? So buying a bicycle is one way of passing your time or getting a hobby when you're in Thailand. I'll give you a few suggestions that I had done. I bought an oven. The house I lived in at the time was a traditional Thai house, and they don't have ovens in traditional Thai houses. So I bought an oven, a Tefal oven, and I learned how to make pizza and lasagna and chicken enchiladas, and it was wonderful. So I've been joined by my son. Say hello. So essentially, this is another way of passing the time, by the way. This isn't a hobby, it's a labour of love. There you are. But essentially, you can find yourself a hobby. So, buying a bicycle, buying an oven, and that might sound a bit strange, but learning how to make a pizza and making a pizza, successfully kneading the dough, leaving it in the fridge overnight, you know, it's all part of the process, and it passes the time. The best hobby that I have picked up since I've been here is, without a doubt, YouTube. Honest to God, lads, you might not think you have it in you. Maybe you don't want to be doing things like that. But YouTube is a fantastic way of passing the time. Not only do you get to be creative, but you get to interact with people. I have met so many friends through my YouTube journey so far, and it's a very, very good way of passing the time. As you know, you may not know, I have another YouTube channel. That's it there, the big picture, El Panorama, and I make videos in Dalit Wig Wang, that's Wig Wang Night Market in Bangkok, every night. And I meet some of the most beautiful women in the world, and if you want to have a look at that, just click on the link below and it'll bring you straight to the channel. But as regards this channel, this is a second channel. Yes, Harry?
That's the excavator deck, and you know it's very important that the dump truck goes in there with the excavator, yeah?
Yes. Do you want to say something to YouTube?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
The excavator goes there and the dump truck too.
Yeah, Harry just saw a building site there, and he said the excavator goes there and so does the dump truck, but there you go. So there's always building going on around here. Anyway, the deal is that you need the hobby, and as I said, YouTube has been a great source of, let's say, entertainment. I entertain myself by doing it, because I mean, you get to places and you go to places that you never would expect to go. And not only that, when you have a camera and you walk up to a Thai person or anybody, it's a completely different experience than walking up without a camera. Imagine walking up to a girl in the street and saying, "Hello, what's your name? Do you speak English?" But you have a camera in your hand and say it. It's almost like, I don't know, whatever term we can use for that, it's almost like the defenses are down, and you get to meet people much easier than you would without. And I can say that from my experience, YouTube is a fantastic way to pass the time and a great hobby to take up if you're looking for a hobby. So cycling, baking, YouTubing, reading, writing, you could find some hidden talent that you never knew you had. He wants to go closer to the camera. So you could find some talent that you never knew you had, and it could start a whole new world for you. So remember, if you're coming to Thailand on a retirement visa, it needn't be your twilight years. It could be the start of something amazing, and you can make that happen. All you got to do is pick up a hobby, because if you want to stay in Thailand long term, you've got to have a hobby. That's my experience. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope if you haven't yet subscribed that you click that subscribe button, click the like button, click the share button, do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Harry's got something to say. Say subscribe.
Subscribe to Daddy's channel.
Subscribe to Daddy's channel, and I'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.